had a Gus. Good morning. It's 6:06, 6 minutes after 6 o'clock on this, Friday. We're going into a weekend, Friday morning. We're glad to be with you. It's Taylor and Dollar Bill here with you. Hey, Taylor.
Hello, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm good now. I was not good all week or yesterday. We were laughing when we came on because I was regaling them of the joy that I've experienced over the last 4 days of trying to get service through an automated, when you call to get help with something, you just want to talk to a person, tell them what your problem is, get them to fix it. And you go through this thing with all these diagnostics, and you got to press 1, or you got to hit 6, or you got to say, and I love it when they go, would you like to have option A or option B? And you go, A. I'm sorry. Would you say that again, please? A. I'm sorry. Please say clearly and slowly. A. Hold on a moment while we, it's just, oh my God. I've really been last night, I literally went to bed cross-eyed. I got so frustrated and angry, my eyes crossed, and I couldn't get them apart again. I was just insane.
Yeah.
I needed, what is that tranquilizer they give horses? Ketamine or something. Anyway, I needed something I needed whatever they make an rogue elephant, calm down.
You look better this morning. You're not too cross-eyed.
No, it's just, of course, I'm still a little wound up about it.
Yeah.
It was horrible. What it was is my internet went out, and I had because we don't have cable where I live, so everything's got to be by internet. That means all your TV, and of course my internet for my computer, and the phones work better, of course, when you have Wi-Fi rather than when they're doing and where I live, my phone in my living room, I'm lucky if I have a one little bar service. Yeah. Where I lived before, I had a 5 and a 5G, and I had sound waves coming in the house like crazy.
Yeah.
Where I live now, one little bar maybe, and people go, "Hey, Bill, you want to come?" I go, "What? What? I didn't hear anything you said." I said, "You went." So, it's like I got to stand on the chair in my living room, hold the phone up over my head, and I get one more little part of a bar. So I can't, even when I don't have internet, my phone's not even very good.
Gosh.
And I just went through a horrible problem with getting it fixed, because nothing against the company particularly, except when you call, you get that automated stuff, and they don't give you an option for not going through all this rigmarole.
Yeah. It sets me off whenever you're like, speak to representative, and they're like, we can better assist you. Please tell us what you need.
You know what they tell me?
I need to speak to a representative.
I was trying to ask for an agent, a representative, a human. I even was saying, I want to speak to a human. And of course, it would say, we can better serve you if you then go to our website. Well, my internet's down. So why don't I go to my internet and your website? Let's see what happens.
I've often wondered, because, as soon as it picks up, it'll say, this call is being recorded for training purposes.
Yeah.
I wonder how many trainings that me just having a complete meltdown.
They probably are listening to mine from the last couple of days, because they got training in cussing, because I wasn't cussing the humans, but that AI stuff, if they can hear what I'm saying while the AI's got me on, and they must, because, oh boy, they got an education.
I wonder if the people that do finally help us, though, if they see the script of what we're saying while we're waiting or talking to AI.
Ooh, I don't know. It's a good question.
I feel like they must have to.
Yeah.
Because how else would they know what we need help with? Because they ask, but then they're like, I see that you're having a problem with X, Y, and Z.
That's true. Which is
and
really
also,
frightening.
You have very colorful language.
Yeah. And by the way, wow.
Impressive.
Wow, you're very expressive. Now that I've got human, I might get even more expressive. But it's been something else. But once, here's the deal. Everybody I talked to for the last 2 or 3 days was obviously from India. because that's where they all had that, or Pakistan or somewhere like that, because they all sounded like Apu from the Simpsons, and they all had really strong. And now let me tell you, I'm going to say this to be fair, couldn't be more polite, and nice, I think. But I couldn't understand most of what they could have been cussing me out, and I probably wouldn't, because they got that strong accent and they speak very quickly.
Yeah.
And I know they got frustrated and tired with me saying, "Say again, I didn't understand you. Could you slow down?" And of course they're so polite. It's like, "I'm sorry, I didn't understand a word you said." They go, "Oh, I am so very sorry, Mr. Williams." By the way, I'm always Mr. Williams, because my name is William Lawson, and for some reason they don't understand. I guess, I don't know how they work their names over. Their first name means last name, but I'm Mr. Williams all the time. "Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Williams, but I'm sorry you cannot understand me. But and then they go into this long, they're going, can we just get to the fixing my problem? And you start, as I was telling you earlier, you look at your phone, you're talking to them on your cell phone, and of course it's sitting there running the minutes and seconds that call is going. And you go through all this frustration, you talk and they put you on hold, and you talk and they put you on hold, and you look down, and when it goes like 53 minutes, you've been sitting there, and then an hour and 4 minutes, and you're nowhere closer to, And the only joy I get out of it is knowing that I'm talking to somebody 50,000 miles away, halfway across the world, and that's kind of neat when you think what that wasn't even possible when I was a kid. So that's my only joy in that, is that I'm talking to somebody in India or somewhere, on a phone, just from my living room. That's kind of cool, but that's only cool for about 20 seconds.
Yeah.
1 hour and 12 minutes in, it's not cool anymore. No.
It's come and went.
But the guy, I will say this, they sent out a technician, and he was phenomenal. He was
good.
He came up. He was as nice. He spoke English. He was a Southerner. I could understand him. We could talk. I even offered him a glass of sweet tea, and he took it.
Wow.
I mean, this was a real guy, decent fella, and he fixed the problem. He was there for like 2 hours. It was that bad a problem.
Oh my
It
goodness.
had to do with wiring from their pole into the house and stuff. I mean, it was a big deal.
Yeah.
It wasn't a little glitchy problem, which I knew because we'd already gone through all the glitch checking 100 times. So anyway, they fixed it. But
it won't be long before they're sending out robots to come and fix it.
well, you know what? A robot, that might be kind of cool too. You go out and you hear a drone come down, and drone walks in your house and fixes everything. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, you could cuss a drone pretty good too, and I don't know, he might just zap you.
It may do it. I think you'd have to be more careful with those.
My
drone
luck,
than
I'd get a
people.
drone with an Indian accent that I couldn't understand.
Yeah.
Hello, Mr. Williams. I've come to work on your house. What?
Well, thank you for opening the show. I'm glad that your eyes are no longer crossed and that you have internet at your house.
I do now have internet. Maybe Mary may even be watching us. She's been
so.
complaining because we've had no internet for over a week.
Yeah.
It went out before the long holiday weekend.
Oh, man.
We've been living in that house since August, I think it was, or September. And it's never been right. It was one of those deals where, you're supposed to be getting pretty good. You're paying for pretty good open pipeline, pretty good bandwidth. Mm-hmm. And my TV never worked. I thought it was a crappy TV. Now it's a brand new TV, but I thought, well, I must have picked a crappy TV because it keeps buffering, all the time, that little round circle, and they'd go, and the killer, and it just freezes. And you're sitting, and then when it comes back, goes, and comes back in. They've already told who the killer was, and you don't know what the answer.
It's nothing but the credits rolling.
Yeah, it drives me crazy. So that was going on all the time. So of course, I call them and I say, I apparently have too low. I had the lowest basic package.
Yeah.
I said, I need to up my package. I need to get it faster. Mine's just not fast enough for what I need. They go, okay, it'll just be $100 more a minute, I said, put it on there. And they did. And I get the bill, I'm like, whoo, I bet it's good now. And I look up and it's still nothing. And it turns out it wasn't that, it was the wiring. was screwed up. So
did you change your package too while you're on the phone
hadn't
with
yet,
them?
no, but
oh man, you're gonna have to call them again.
I'm gonna see how it is, but I'll have to call Push One or whatever their name is.
Gus.
Oh, Gus. Yeah, that's right. Their American name. Hello, my name, Mr. Williams. My name is Gus. Gus.
Well,
Gus.
you better go ahead and call real quick while we're on break. That way, by the time we're done, they'll be ready to talk to you.
Well, I'll call just to lower the package price, and they'll make me go unplug my modem and wait 20 seconds and plug it back in and tell them what color the lights are. I even got into an argument with the live human being, this woman from Pakistan or India, whatever, because my modem is a box about as big as an encyclopedia and a little thicker, and it sits on the wall. I mounted it on a wall shelf up high so I could get good Wi-Fi coverage, just, out. So I'm looking up at it, and it's a box that's the aspect ratio. It's like a book. It's only maybe 8 inches wide, 12 inches tall, and maybe 4 inches thick. And it sits in a bracket on the wall. The front of it is all white with a logo. Mm-hmm. And on one side, there is a light that is the power light. So it's either green or it's off.
Yeah.
Green or off. Green means power. Off means no power. The left side has all the indicator light that either is, green or yellow or blinking or solid or red.
Yeah.
So she tells me, she says, okay, Mr. Williams, please tell me what color is appearing on the light on the front of your modem. I said, well, the right side is green, but the left side is red. Mr. Williams, I said, what is the color of the one on the front of the modem? I said, well, there is no light on the front of my modem. Yes, Mr. Williams, there is a light on the front of the modem, and it will tell you what and I said, there is no lights on the front. I mean, I'm sitting here arguing with a woman in India and I'm looking right. I said, look, it's on the wall. I'm explaining this to them. I said, it's aspect ratio. I said, the right side has the power cord coming in and has a light that's green when there's power and no light when it's off. The left side has the indicator light that's either green, yellow, red, blinking, or steady, or maybe white. I don't know. She goes, is that the one on the front of the modem? I said, there is no front of the modem.
That would be the one that I hung up and recalled. Have you ever done that? Just get so frustrated and you're like, well, I'm just going to go through the waiting process again.
I'm always worried I'll get somebody worse.
Oh, gosh. See, I'm hoping for the best. I'm like, I'm going to hang up and try again.
I've lost that optimism. That optimism went out the door when AI came in. I just figure, at least I've made this much progress. It's like I feel like I've invested in this Gus. And by the way, it's a woman. Anyway, I feel like I've invested in them. And then if I hang up now, I've got to start all over again. And then I'll have another hour, to get to that point where I can hang up on them and start again a third time. So, no, I don't. I stay with them. But boy, anyway, that's the crazy day. That went on for hours over the last 4 days, 5 days.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
But now you have internet. Mary's hopefully watching.
Well, that's a whole nother story, too. When they're not married. I can hear you, but I can't see you. Or I can see you, but I can't hear you. Or I can't find you. Mary, are you on the computer? Yes.
Well,
unbelievable.
Y'all are tuning in to Morning Mayhem with Dollar Bill and Taylor, and it is a little bit chaotic in here this morning.
It was chaotic in my house. It's okay now.
We're going to take a quick break and come back. It is 68 degrees outside right now, but it's supposed to heat up to 83 today.
And rain again.
With rain, thunderstorms.
Good chance of rain and thunder showers. Yep. I feel kind of bad now because, we had a really bad drought. So I kept saying, we could sure use some rain, or we need some rain. I said that on this program several times.
Yeah.
Many times. And now I'm kind of wishing I had.
I know.
But, they say we're still in a drought.
I know.
how can we have this much rain and still be in a drought? I guess that's how bad it was. I don't know.
I guess so. I don't know.
But when it comes down, it comes down heavy, doesn't it?
It does. And just out of nowhere. I mean, I guess, kind of, because it goes from sunny to raining.
Yeah, that happened yesterday. We last night after the technician left my house, and we were get this! I got another thing. So yesterday, I'd set up on Wednesday to have the guy come out yesterday. They gave me finally got a human that said they'd send a technician out because we'd exhausted everything else, and they realized it was broken, that they couldn't fix it by sending tones and whatever. So they said, we'll send out a technician. They'll be there between noon and 4. I said, great. So Mary had stuff we needed done that morning. So I got up and we did some stuff, errands, and got it worked. And then I just hunkered down at noon, 11:30. I would to make sure I was home. I didn't want to miss this guy. And they said they'd call before they got there. And I got there at 11:30. Mary went off and got her nails did and all that stuff, So she doesn't get her nails done. She gets her nails did, like she gets her hair did. Anyway, I waited all day. I was able to make some calls and piddle around the house, but you can't leave the house. You got to sit there.
Yeah, and you don't have internet.
5 minutes. Yeah, can't do any. Can't sit there. I got my one bar. I can talk to a few people. Anyway, and then they go. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so 5 minutes to 4, they call me and they're on their way. So they made it there at 4 o'clock, the very last of the window, which was fine. I'm just so happy to see a human being that spoke Southern English. Anyway, he worked for almost 2 hours. So it was like 6:30 when he left. Did a great job. And I told Mary, I said, let's celebrate. I don't want to fix anything for dinner. Let's go grab something somewhere. Let's get out of there. I've been in the house all day.
Yeah.
All day. So we went and ate. And we were in this little restaurant just a block or two from the house. And it was beautiful and sunny when we walked out to the car. I mean, really hot and sunny.
Yeah.
We pulled in the thing, but we'd only gone 4 blocks now. 4 blocks to this restaurant. And it was cloudy. We walked in and sat down by a window, and we looked out, and it looked like a gully wash. I mean, what the heck? From sunny, within 6 minutes, we went from sunny to horribly cloudy to a horrible rainstorm. Just raining like crazy. So we have dinner, and we sit and talked with the owner of the restaurant a little bit because it was raining. We didn't want to go out the car with it.
Yeah.
And we just kind of enjoyed dinner like that. And then we went home, and it was probably about 8 o'clock. And I sat down in the living room, and I tried the TV, and we had internet, we had TV. This is worth celebrating. And then when I said the word celebrating, I realized something that Mary hadn't yet.
Oh, no.
Yesterday was our wedding anniversary.
Oh, my goodness.
Both of us completely forgot. 28th of May is when we got married. And it's our 27th anniversary or something. And I said, hey, Mary. She was down the hall. She comes in. Yeah. I said, we should have had a steak instead of, we both had she had chicken. No, she had fried fish and I had chicken wings.
Yeah.
I said, we should have had a steak tonight. She said, a steak? Why? And I said, it's our anniversary. She went, oh, what's the date? And I said, it's the 28th of May. She went, oh, my God. We completely forgot, both of us. We've been so tied up with this no internet and stuff that we just didn't even think of the date.
Yeah.
Hadn't even thought of it all week. And I thought of it back a couple of weeks ago because I kept thinking, I better get her a card. And I wonder what I should get her for an anniversary. It went out of my head, and it was done.
Yeah.
So now
got her internet.
I guess we'll be having a steak or something tomorrow night, or so. I don't know. I guess
nice. That's a long time to be together.
Mary will tell you it's a really long time to be together. She'll tell you it's a hideously long time.
Maybe she knew, and that's why she went and got her nails done and didn't hang out with you at the house all afternoon.
Well, that scared me because when it hit me last night, that she had gone to get her nails done. I thought, what if she remembered and was, you always get that thing. Is she testing me? Is she, oh my God, I'm in deep trouble now, because she obviously got her nails done expecting me to take her somewhere or something.
Yeah.
But then I remembered how she was dressed and how she did her hair. And I realized, no, she just got her nails done.
It's just nail day.
She likes getting her nails done. I mean, she's one of those women that's important. Getting her nails done is more important than almost anything.
Yeah.
Hair's next, but which, I don't worry too much about hair with my bald head. So anyway, it was, so not only did I go through all that last week with all that stuff, we both, thank God, completely forgot our anniversary. Well, it just proves how comfortable we are. That tells you we're comfortable with each other, because if there was trouble, that would be a big deal to start a fight over, right?
Yeah.
If you weren't getting along or things weren't good, then that would be a big milestone for testing or whatever.
I feel after that long, though, that if one of y'all got mad, it would just be to, I don't know.
When we get, every marriage has its, you got your battles, you got you argue and whatever, you have your battles. Our battles are one-sided, and that's her getting mad at me. It really is. I don't really ever get that mad at her, because I'm just easygoing.
Yeah.
And then again, I'm also probably a pain in the butt to live with, so she has all the right to be the one getting mad, I'm sure. But the thing is, it's not that big a deal, because we're both nothing. It's not going to do anything to hurt it. You're just mad for a while, and then you get over it.
Yeah.
It's just a bump in the road.
No working through it.
Yeah, it doesn't change the trajectory or the where you're going. It's a bump in the road, and then that's all it is for us. So, yeah, I think it's almost when if it's, there's two ways it's not a big deal. One way is because everything's happy and you're not thinking too much about it one way or the other, except that it's it's a beautiful memory. We got married under a big magnolia tree at the courthouse in Columbiana, which is odd that 27 years later, we moved to Columbiana. That's kind of a weird little deal. Or it's the other way around. You don't do it, you don't pay attention to it because you're miserable.
Yeah.
And we're not, so we're happy, so it's good.
Well, good.
But if I don't want to get in big trouble, I do have to make up for it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I can't just now say, oh, we forgot and nothing else is done about it. Oh, no. I'm going to really
doubled the work for yourself.
I will tell you that when you've been married as long as we have, the funny thing is, you start buying each other anniversary presents at the gas station or at Walmart. It used to be that first wedding anniversary, of course, year one, I had to go to the jewelry store, come back with bling, something. I had to go get a loan at the bank to come back with, some serious bling. And then three, the next few aren't, they're real, you're still newly married, so it's a big deal. But then you got 5, that's like a mile, 5 years. Then there's 7, because everybody talks about the 7-year itch. You got to prove that you're still happy and everything's great at 7. Then there's 10, then there's 15, then there's 20, and of course 25 silver anniversary.
Yep.
And we did good for our 20. We did good on that. But apparently 27 is just in the middle ground there. So
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as
I'll get her a nice $17 tub of chicken salad at
oh, she'll love that.
she loves their, where is it? Durban Farms.
Oh, yeah.
She loves their chicken salad.
She'll love that.
Yeah.
And then,
happy anniversary.
But then y'all won't have stuff laying around that you don't need.
We got all kinds of stuff laying around we don't need.
I know, I do too.
I should go in our storage building and find something she's forgotten that we have.
Repurpose it.
And just wrap it up. She might not even remember. Most of the stuff that's sitting unused in our storage building is stuff that I bought her before she doesn't like or didn't. It's like every now and then I'd buy her earrings or a necklace, and it just never gets worn again.
And then she's like, "Oh, thanks." And
"Oh,
then
thank you," and it goes
out
in
to the storage building.
either that or it goes in her jewelry box and
Yeah.
doesn't come out again.
Bailey has years worth of Christmas gifts that if I wrapped them and gave them to him again this
Wouldn't
year,
have a clue.
no idea,
Yeah,
none.
I wouldn't either. I don't. Yeah.
I'm almost over buying Christmas gifts for him just because of that.
Well,
Or in general.
I've now gotten to the age where I actually would look forward to getting some socks and underwear and
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. Where
They're
when
so
if you did that
expensive.
to me back in the old days, I'd have been insulted.
Yeah.
I'd want a toy. I want a gun. I want something, a man toy, something, a TV, a VCR,
Yeah.
something electronic. No, socks and underwear is a pretty good deal now.
That's right. Well, I think we better take a break real quick. Let our sponsors have a word.
I've had enough time ranting. It's only been 30 minutes
You're okay.
of ranting. Sorry.
It's all right.
Thank you for watching and listening.
We'll charge you for your therapy session. We'll send you
that's
an invoice.
I need to send y'all some therapy money. Wait a minute. You know what a therapist is, don't you? Break it down. THERAPIST. The rapist.
No. Not ours.
Do
Not
what?
ours. Not our therapists.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
But speaking of that, I've got a story about one of those. Not the therapist, but the
Oh
other.
boy. Okay. I can't wait to hear that.
So we're gonna get a break real quick, and when we come back, we have some not so good news,
Oh.
but we'll follow it up with some happy news too. So,
Okay, good.
You're tuning in to Morning Mayhem with Dollar Bill and Taylor. We'll be right back.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Good morning, y'all. We're
Good
back. We're coming at you live from the Clayton Tractor Studio. You're tuning in to Morning Mayhem with Taylor and Dollar Bill. You doing good?
I am doing good. I've been complaining about the last few days, but it's good now.
Well, good.
You know, I think sometimes you're given challenges in life because you start taking things for granted.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, I have been taking my internet and television and all that. As long as it's working, I don't think much about it.
Yeah.
And then when it goes out, I think it's so you'll appreciate it better when you finally. We're that way with electricity. I really believe that Alabama Power should probably cut everybody off for about 4 days.
4 days.
4 days, because you can get by with a few hours. Now, I'm not talking about people that need the electricity to live.
Yeah.
You know, that have medical needs or whatever. But for convenience sake, if you lose power for 24 hours even, that does change your perspective. But if you do it for like 2 days or 3 days, oh my God, because then you run out of all the easy options for food and eating.
Yeah.
You've gone 3 or 4 days without a microwave, without television, you know, unless you got a generator.
Yeah.
But I think people take so much now, and with electricity, we are now so dependent on electricity.
Yeah.
Everything works on electricity. So,
Does.
you know, I know when the power would go off in the wintertime, that at our house that we were in, I did have a gas cooktop, gas stove, and I had an electric oven, but I did have a gas stove, so I could always heat stuff, even the room, because when you turn the burners on, it was like a space heater, and you could always cook something or warm something or heat something. And this new house I'm in now is there's no gas.
Oh, no.
So, yeah. So, but you know, we all take it. So when things go out and you have to do without it for a while, I do believe it's good for you in a way, because then when you finally get it back on, you do appreciate it more. I certainly, last night was, you know, seeing the speed of the internet working good, I realized how amazing it is, because, you know, I grew up, there was no internet didn't exist until I was in my 30s. I was one of the early. Well, we just heard a disaster happen out in.
What is going on?
Baden broke something.
And his shoes were squeaking. I think he might have wiped out too. You okay?
Wow. I don't hear him moaning.
I don't either.
Yeah, I guess he's okay.
Oh.
I hear some noise. He's at least alive and moving around. We just heard a terrible crash out. Oh, are you okay?
Waitress came back from Waffle House.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, I'm doing good. I appreciate. I'm back in appreciating the fact I have electricity and I have internet and all that. So yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling
wonderful. I'm glad you're feeling good.
Yeah.
I'm not feeling great this morning.
What's
but
wrong?
I digress.
You got a little something?
No.
Something?
Thankfully not this time. I forget that I'm 31. I turned 31 Wednesday, okay?
Did you?
Last Wednesday, yes.
Oh, our birthdays are close.
Really?
Mine
When's
was
yours?
in April.
Oh, yeah, that is right.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's on the 21st. But, or was it Thursday?
Yeah, I think so, because my buddy
Thursday.
Raymond's is the 20th of May.
Yeah. Anyway, I
You
signed
turned
up.
31?
I did.
Taylor, I've got underwear older than you.
I signed up for church league softball, and we had softball practice last night.
Oh, are you hurting today? You
I'm
sore?
hurting so bad. I feel like I've been ran over by a car.
Yeah. You know, I used to forget that I was over 21 and would do things like that. And
Yes.
but you know what's really bad is when you get in I got in my 40s and I decided to play in a golf tournament. And I couldn't move 2 days after I played golf
my
because
goodness.
it gets worse. Keep playing, because
I
it helps
almost-
if you don't stop.
Yeah. It was just a whole day of injuries yesterday. So I dropped the goofiest thing, a plastic popcorn bucket on my foot when I was cleaning. And it landed like rim side on the top of my foot and hurt so bad.
Really? A
And the
plastic
top-
bucket?
Yes. And the top of my foot swelled up.
Boy, you really did take a hit.
I know. And then I went and practiced softball. Almost failed because it was muddy, of course, and almost busted my butt. Then I get home And I don't know. I just fell asleep. I fell asleep in the Epsom salt.
Epsom salts. Yeah.
See, now
That
my
you were
brain's
soaking
going
in the
out.
Epsom salts in the
Yeah,
tub and
fell
went to
asleep.
sleep.
Fell
You coulda
straight
drowned.
asleep. I know.
I fell asleep in the hot tub one time and
Oh, gosh.
just about drowned. I guess I was sleeping so good in that hot tub.
Yeah.
We had one on our deck. Mary and I was out there by myself. She was inside. And I guess I thought I was sleeping and I rolled over.
Oh, no.
About drowned. It woke me up, I'll tell you that.
I bet.
So are you feeling still sore today?
So sore. And we're supposed to. I'll say that. I'm playing a game in the morning.
Oh,
and
my
so
God.
it's a tournament. So if we win in the morning, we have to play in the afternoon until we lose. So I don't
So
know. I may
are you
just fall
praying you'll
out.
lose real quick?
I mean,
I know I'm just kidding.
no, but I don't know if I'm going to make it.
Yeah. Why did y'all only practice one time?
We've practiced twice.
That's it?
That's it.
For a tournament?
Yeah.
Have y'all gelled as a team after 2 times?
No,
I didn't think so.
not at all.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
I know.
When y'all playing, I'm coming to watch that game.
We'll be playing in the morning at the park from 9 to 10.
All right, 9. I may not make it.
Yeah, it's
That's a little early for Billy.
I know.
On Saturday. Where are you playing? Which park?
Out here in
Out
Clayton.
at the athletic park?
Yep.
Yeah. That's a nice park.
It is. I feel like we have I think that's the nicest thing in Clayton.
Yeah, it's really nice. Now, is this a church league? What kind of league is this?
It's church
Yeah.
league, and it's
Good.
co-ed. I had
Oh.
one smoked by me yesterday because I wasn't ready, and a guy got up to hit, just completely burnt
Just
me.
went right by you.
Yeah, I was like,
Blew by you. You were like, whoa, what was that?
and he's like, oh, I'm sorry. And so the next one that he hit to me, like he barely hit it, and I was like, okay, now that's
What is this, baseball or softball?
softball, slow pitch softball.
Slow pitch.
Yeah, so you have to be patient.
Well, I just, even softball kills me because I tend to watch Marion Institute. They've got a girls softball team, collegiate, junior college. And every time they play around where I can go watch them, like they'll play Montevallo when I used to live up near Montevallo. And they play all around. I'll go watch them some. And some of these girls that do the fast pitch, I don't know how that even is physically possible.
I know.
That swing and that release is astounding to me.
And I don't understand. They don't have pitch counts like baseball.
No.
So baseball players can only throw a certain number of pitches. You would think with softball it'd be the same way because they are
'Cause
wearing on that
I was
rotator
going to
cuff.
say that rotator cuff is getting ground to a pulp,
Yes.
much worse in a lot of ways than the overhand pitch.
I would think so too, but
But I don't know that they say that the underhand pitch is actually more natural as
Yeah.
far as the movement rather than the overhand is harder on your arm, especially at the speeds they're trying to throw.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just looks impossible to do that. I'm amazed, and I love watching. My problem is me and my buddy Raymond. We love sports, and he and I are the same age. We've been best friends since we were 5 years old. Still great friends. He went to Auburn. I went to Alabama. No problem. We just we're like brothers. And we both, call him and say, I'm going to go down and just watch some Marion Institute softball. You want to go? Yeah. And I found out Raymond's watching girls softball for all the wrong reasons. He just likes watching girls running and bouncing, if you know what I mean. And,
oh my gosh.
And swinging the bat and sliding. And I think I could take Raymond to a girls' softball game, and he'd be just as happy if I took him to like Sammy's Go-Go Lounge or something.
So what you're saying is Raymond is the freak of y'all's friendship.
In all fairness, I don't know I could ask him that question. He might tell you that. He might say, oh, no. So I don't know. We're both pretty, we're just both too, the joke is we were sitting in a bar one afternoon. I said, Raymond, we're both retired and everything. I said, let's go get a drink. Let's go have a margarita. He said, okay. So we're sitting in the bar, and he goes, we're talking about our child, funny things from childhood, and I'm just laughing, having a good time drinking a drink and just talking. He said, look at those two old guys over there behind the bar. We're going to be like that one day. And I said, Raymond, that's a mirror.
Oh, man. Well, at least y'all are enjoying all day.
We
You
are.
don't have to care about what people think of you anymore.
Oh, we gave that up a long time ago.
Yeah.
If I'd done that, I'd have probably, I don't know, I'd have had to leave the country
Yeah.
if I worried about what people thought.
Telling you. Might as well
I
not.
did have to work, that's the dichotomy of my life, is that I've grown up having to train myself in some ways not to let people bother me about their thoughts about me, because I was in broadcasting,
Yeah.
right? And you've got to have a thick skin, because people come up with the craziest reasons to like or dislike you. I mean, I actually had a lady call me one time and just to tell me she hated me and didn't want to listen, didn't like listening to me.
Hated your guts.
And I said, well, ma'am, I said, have I fit? I just wanted to know why she was so adamant. And she said, because I saw a picture of you the other day and I don't like your hair, or something like that.
Oh,
I thought,
goodbye.
I'm on the radio. You don't have to look at me. You don't even have to know what I look like. And that's you don't like
just
me. You
picturing you.
dislike me because my hair. And of course now, boy, I bet she'd really hate me now since I'm bald headed.
I know, maybe she'd really enjoy listening to you now.
Well, on the dichotomy of that is, though, because I had to train myself not to let that kind of stuff bother me personally, I was in a business that you want everybody to like you and to listen and to want to listen to you. So it's this weird deal of having to live your life wanting people to like you and approve of you and listen to you so you can make a living and do the right thing and, do a good job.
Yeah.
And at the other end, you can't let anything bother you that's frivolous or negative. And it was a weird way to live your life.
Tiring.
And I know when I was married to my first wife, those last couple of years we were married were not pleasant relationship times. We were fighting all the time. And, when we'd go out to dinner and we'd be having a little intense discussion, and, we'd get into basically a fight in the restaurant kind of. And we're trying, of course, people recognize me and from the radio station, TV stuff. And you're trying to look like you're having a good time. And she's going, I hate your gut. And you're smiling, I hate your guts. And she goes, I hope you die. And you're going, oh, okay, well, I think, at this point, living with you, I'd rather die, and that kind of stuff. And people will come over and you have to stop and,
you're like,
hey, Dollar Bill, how are you? Hey, how are you? This is my wife, Debbie. And da-da-da. And she's like, hey, nice to meet you. And they'd walk off. You die, you scum pig. It's like, oh, my God, here in public, you got to live this weird, you don't want anybody to see you in a negative way. So and it was bizarre. I mean, one time, my ex-wife was incredibly jealous. Incredibly, unrealistically, because first of all, I am friendly. I'm not a rounder. If I'm married, I'm married. There's no problem. I'm not a rounder.
Yeah.
I don't run around or any of that stuff. But I am friendly to everybody, men, women, children, dogs. Everybody. I'm just friendly. And she couldn't take that, especially if it was a woman. So one night we were in a restaurant. And this elderly, we were probably in our 30s, had to be my 30s then, maybe early 30s, about 34, somewhere in there. And we're having dinner, and everything was good that night, no fight, We're just eating.
Not yet, at least.
And this elderly, it turned. This elderly couple was over there. When I say elderly, they were probably about my age that I am now. They were in their late 60s, but maybe 70s, and having dinner. And they got up to leave. They paid their bill, and they got up to walk out, and they had to walk past us. And, I looked up, and I smiled and nodded at them. And the lady stopped, and she said, I'm sorry to bother you, but are you Dollar Bill? I said, yes, ma'am, I am. And I stood up and shook her hand. I shook her husband's hand. She said, oh, what? She said, I don't want to bother you, but I just want to tell you, we listen to you every morning, and we sure appreciate you. Very nice, and obviously a listener. Didn't even know had to ask me if I was dollar bill.
Yeah.
Da da da. And then I said, thank y'all for listening and everything. They walked out. I sat back down, put my napkin back in my lap. I looked up at my wife, and she's glaring at me.
Oh my gosh.
I said, what? And she said, now this lady looked like my grandmother, right? I mean, she was gray-haired, may have had a cane, obviously a 70-year-old woman.
Yeah.
And she goes, and who was she?
Oh my
I
goodness.
I don't know. I didn't ask their name. She goes, so she was jealous and mad at me, wanting to know. And it was obvious from the conversation. I didn't know them from Adam's house.
Are you sure that she didn't think that Dollar Bill was like your stripper name?
Well, it is my stripper name, but
Oh.
that brings money in, so she was okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah. But didn't bring in much. Now, if you saw me on a pole,
Oh man.
yeah, I didn't. I don't.
A for effort,
The only pole I've ever really actually slid on was at the fireman's firehouse. One time they let me
Really?
go down the pole. Yeah.
I feel like that would be uncomfortable.
Nobody gave me. No, it's kind of neat.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It is neat. You just step off and grab it and slide down to the bottom floor. They don't make them anymore. That's considered a liability.
Oh.
Yeah, there's
of
very few brass fireman's poles in firehouses anymore. They're all
Yeah.
one level mainly.
Well, I wonder if it's because of like a hazard type thing, or if it's because of women and like the Magic Mike thing, dressed like firemen.
I don't know. I've never done the
There could be
magic.
some unprofessionalism
My
there.
wife might like that, though. Well, they did. These firemen, a lot of them do put out calendars.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
and they make a lot of money doing it.
I know.
Beefy guys.
If Mary
If you'll
had
notice,
a
there was-
fireman calendar, she would have known it was y'all's anniversary yesterday.
I see. I wonder does Clanton have a fireman's calendar or something I can get her today and
I hope
take off?
not. I mean,
No,
I'll let you call and ask that.
I'm not calling and asking.
That's going to be Dayton's
yeah.
job.
Hey guys, Dollar Bill here. Listen, I'm asking for a friend. Do you have a calendar with all the scantily clad firemen in it? And can I have 3 of them?
The hottest available, please.
Hold, please. Yeah, I'm not calling. I'm not making that call. Dude.
Oh my goodness. Well,
That's funny.
speaking of hottest available, the high today is going to be 83.
Speaking of hot,
And it's going to be pretty wet outside. There's thunderstorms.
yeah, that's right. And I think they're saying we could have these thunder showers or rain up even through like Tuesday or Wednesday.
I know.
We need the rain, I'm sure, but I'm now starting to get tired of it.
Yeah.
And what's happening is it looks like, the development is starting to look like, remember a couple of years ago, for the whole summer it felt like it was beautiful Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday,
Yeah.
and rainy Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
I remember.
It was weird because that went on for months, it felt like.
Yep.
Beautiful through the week, horrible on the weekends, and everybody wants to go to the lake on the weekends or
Yeah.
go out and or camp or
Can't do anything.
play ball, whatever.
I
Yeah.
know.
Anyway, hope we don't get into that.
I hope not either. I know on my weather app, it said there's a couple of days coming up where it's supposed to not rain. So hopefully it won't be during the week. Hopefully it'll be on the weekend.
Yeah, I just want some
But-
clear sunshine. Although I have enjoyed the fact that the highs have only been in mainly the low 80s.
Yeah, it hadn't been
I hate
miserable.
it when it starts getting into that high humidity and 96 and
You feel like
higher.
you're cooking in a crock pot.
Dying,
Yeah.
steaming. And I'm too old and fat for that. I'm way too old for it. When I was younger, I don't remember feeling the heat and humidity as bad as I do now that
Yeah.
I'm older.
I know. I feel the same
Now
way.
it hurts.
Yeah. It does.
TGFAC. Thank God for air conditioning.
I had TGF, but I didn't know what the AC was.
I was working on it. It took me a while. I couldn't, if you notice, I couldn't spit it out. I had to think about it for TGF
You know, I do that to
AC.
Bailey though. I'll say like the first letter and things, and he'll be like, "What are you talking about?" And then it'll click, and he's like, "Oh no," or like he'll answer when I'm asking him in letters.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well,
And then sometimes I have to tell him so he knows for next time. But I think I've been doing it so long now that he's kind of catching on.
well, you know, the thing is, it might just be laziness. It's easier to just pretend you don't get it, so you'll feed it to him, and not he won't have to
Maybe
think about it.
so.
It's the way I do.
Because sometimes I'm like, you are so dumb. That doesn't even make any sense.
For men, it works.
Dang.
It works. It's a great. My wife thinks I am as dumb as a sack of hammers, and you know what? I like her thinking that because then she doesn't ask me to do a lot. And she
Y'all
used to
really are
ask me
just
to
turning
fix
it
stuff
around on
around the
us.
house, so I just really just screw it up.
Yeah.
And now she doesn't ask me to do that much around the house, and I'm
Now you
liking
come
it.
in and you're like, who is this?
You know, when
Oh,
you're
that's John. He screws in our light bulbs for us.
well, you know what? That's you remember there used to be in Birmingham there was a big plumbing company, John's Plumbing, and they had trucks everywhere, and on the back of every truck it said, "We fix what your husband repaired."
Yeah. I've seen
And
those.
my wife has to. When there was a point in time when Patty and I got fired from ZZK. The new company came in, Cox bought them out and fired a bunch of people, including Patty and me. We were number one in the market. Go figure. They fired us. So we went across the street to what is the Bull, you know. But we had a 6-month non-compete, which means I couldn't work at any radio station for 6 months if it was within 200 miles of Birmingham. So I had to just sit
Yeah.
for 6 months. No pay, all that. It was awful. And I was real depressed. And I would get up in the morning when Mary was still, we were both, of course, still working. And Mary would get up to go work at the bank. She was a vice president of a little bank. And I'd be in there in my underwear, hadn't shaved, depressed, you know.
Aw.
And she'd say, "Why are you so depressed? You look at it like it's a vacation." I said, "It's not the same." And I said, and I'm not making any money. I feel like a failure. I've just felt terrible.
Yeah.
She said, "Well, look at it this way. You've been wanting to put crown molding in the bedroom upstairs, and you've been wanting to build this table that you saw a plan for in a magazine, and you never have time." He said, "I do it, but I don't have time. Look at it this way. Now you've got all the time in the world. Do that." And I went, "You are so right." I said, "Thank you." I said, "I needed that." And I ran in my bedroom and put on my work clothes because I had old nasty jeans that I could paint and work in, and nasty shirts, whatever. And she went off to work, and I went off to Home Depot.
Oh, gosh.
And I bought me some molding and some lumber and came home and got my saw out of the corner of the garage and and started working. And so all day long, I put crown molding in the bedroom upstairs, worked on it, and started this table. And she got home that evening and said, "Well, how was your day?" I said, "Phenomenal." I said, "You changed my whole attitude." I said, "You were so right." I said, I was sitting moping around, wasting time when I could be doing something I needed to do and enjoy doing. I said, "I put crown molding in upstairs." She said, "Already?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." She went running upstairs, and I heard her walking around looking at it. I was thinking, this is great. She came back down the steps and said, "What else did you do?" I said, "Well, I started my table," and I took her down in the basement, showed her where I was starting this table that I'd kind of framed up. She said, "Oh, okay." And I said, "What do you think?" She said, "We got to get your butt back in a radio station quick." I said, "What?" She says, "That is awful." She said, "That room upstairs that's a disaster." So, I still piddled around, but whatever. So when 6 months was over and I started working back on the Bull, I got my first paycheck. And that's the first paycheck I'd gotten in 6 months.
Yeah.
And it went to hiring a carpenter to come fix that bedroom upstairs. My wife said, "First paycheck, give it to me." I said, "Why?" I was holding it like it was. She said, "I'm hiring this guy, I forgot his name now, but fix that bedroom. No one can go in that room." And sure enough, we had to hire a guy to go fix that. And the table, when I moved, now this was 20 something years ago, right? When this happened, well over 20, probably almost 30 years ago. When we moved back in September, the beginnings of that table I started was still in my garage, and I threw it out. I hadn't done another thing to it. It was still a crooked little framed mess. People have called me a lot of names in my life. They have never called me carpenter, mechanic, handyman. That will never be my nickname.
My husband, he's not really handy either. No. I made him build a table one time, a little corner table for me, out of just scrap wood. And I told him, I said, go outside and build a table to go right here in this little corner. And he's like, I can't build a table. I'm like, just go try to. Like, just
give it a shot.
Yeah. Like, quit making excuses. Just go try. I don't care if it falls apart when I put something on it. So he walked outside and was out there for a very long time. And I went out and I was like, how's it coming? And he had done nothing. He was just sitting there looking at the wood. And I was like, you're going to build this table or I'm going to build this table. Like, I just want a table built. I want to know that you can put in some effort and try to. Not delegate someone else to do it. So he was like, that's not how you build a table, though. Like, you can't just put 2 pieces of wood on top and 3 on the bottom to make legs for a corner. And I was like, sure you can. Like, why not? You know, I don't care if it looks bad. Well, he builds this table and brings it in. And I was like, yay, look at you. Like, you did so good. I put my stuff on it and the legs on it just went poof. Because I didn't think about, like, bracing the legs. It literally was just 5 pieces of wood nailed together. But I told him, I was like, that's all I need you to do. I want you to try. And now you know. That's what I told him. I said, at least you tried. And now you know, we both know we have to have braces for the legs.
Right. You learn from, that's what Elon Musk said about all these rockets that were blowing up.
Yeah.
You know, those first few just blew up.
Yeah, and they're going to.
And he said, good. Because he says that's the way we learn how not to make them blow up.
Yep.
And I guess that's how you learn how to build stuff. You build crappy stuff, and hopefully it gets better and better and nicer and more stable. You know, I guess you learn from it, I guess. Now, I'm the opposite of your husband in the sense that when Mary says, I want you to build a little table that goes in the corner, I'll go, okay. And I build this 5,000-pound little table that is so heavy and braced up, it would be the place to go for a tornado. Yeah. It would be ugly. It wouldn't be level, but by God, will it be stable. It will have brace after brace, be made out of 6x6, huge, massive wooden legs. Yeah, I overdo everything to the point it's ridiculous. When I glue things together for Mary, she'll say, look, this little handle broke off. I go, I can glue that back. I'll get the epoxy out. And what it does is she gets her mug back with the handles on it good. But it looks like these huge tumors have grown at the places where the handles stick. Yeah. Because I'll have gobbed so much glue and epoxy, and I might even like glue it and then wrap it in like thread or string and then glue some more. Yeah. Maybe put a popsicle stick on either side and glue that.
You're one of those, that's not going anywhere type of guys.
That's exactly right. You could take that handle and you could bash. The cup might explode, but you're still going to have chunks of the cup glued to the handle.
That's right.
And it's going to look like hell. It's going to look crappy. Because I believe if you gob enough stuff on it, it'll hold it. Then what you do is you just paint it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the cup might be red. I'll paint it blue where the gob is, which makes no sense either. You've got this blue tumor growing at each place, looks like mushrooms.
Yeah, it's just color theory. It works.
It's whatever paints. That's the thing. Mary say, would you touch up the paint over there on that door? It's chipped off. I went, okay. And she'll come back later and say, why did you paint it cream when that's a white door? Well, it's the paint I found. She said, it's not the right color. I said, but that's what I found. It's what was in the can by the door. And so I shook it up and
touched up.
painted it. It looked white to me. She said, it's not even close. It's beige. I said, well, that's a form of white. It's just white with some brown in it. So then I paint the whole door beige.
Oh, me.
Yeah,
Well, thank you to Chilton Mobile Home Supply. They don't have paint, but they have other stuff to fix your home.
They got all kind of stuff for mobile homes. They got mobile homes are of their own ilk.
Yes.
I own a mobile home down on the lake, and I'd never had a mobile home until I got this one. Mm-hmm. And I didn't realize doors and windows and plumbing, and they're made for mobile homes. It's not like
That's right.
regular stuff. A lot of it, you have to have stuff that's made to fit, unless you can, like I said, I can't refit a window to another size. I got to find one that goes right in, and then I still have to get somebody to put it in for me. But mobile home supplies are great because you can, you see a lot. I've done a lot of improvement with mine, but thank God I got them to help me with stuff that works, that fits. So,
and it's the only kind of store in the area that specializes
in mobile homes. Good.
In mobile home supplies. So definitely check them out. Thank y'all for being a sponsor. Thank you to Central Alabama Wellness. We appreciate y'all's sponsorship.
Yes, we do.
And so we're going to go to break real quick, let them have a moment on air. And when we come back, I don't know what we're going to be talking about, but we're going to be talking.
Well, let's talk.
All right. So you're tuning in to Morning Mayhem with Dollar Bill and Taylor. It's 69 degrees outside. It's warming up. It's going to be wet today. So go put on your rain boots, roll out of bed, get you a cup of coffee. We'll be right back.
Yep.
There's a pride that comes from employing over 6,000 people in America, welding, fabricating, assembling, with local and global parts, delivering a machine just right for you. Japanese engineering meets American ingenuity that builds on our 50-year legacy of quality, reliability, and durability that makes us the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. These aren't just machines. This is a way of life, and that's why Kubota is investing hundreds of millions right here at home. Because we won't settle on what was good enough yesterday. We're innovating with inspiration from the hard-working men and women that proudly sit on our equipment every day. So you can be sure that every one of us have you in mind when a machine or implement comes down that line. We know how hard you work. We'll do the same. This is Kubota.
Yeah.
Good morning. It's 7:12, 12 minutes after 7 o'clock. Going to be another day of perhaps stormage.
Yeah.
We could have some rain and thunder showers throughout the day. So be ready for that. It's kind of the same old for the last few days, but
That's right.
we'll get through this. It's spring, and what is it they say in Alabama? You don't like the weather, give it 15 minutes because it'll change, and it will.
And it will, yeah.
We've had beautiful sunshine. Moments later, terrible rain. Moments later, humid and cloudy. Moments later, sunny. You just, boom, you never know.
I know. That happened to me the other day. I was home with Deason, and I had my windows open. I was cleaning, and he wanted to go outside. And I was like, no, buddy. Like, it was raining so hard.
Yeah.
And he said, no, it's not. And I look out. It's so sunshiny that you would need sunglasses.
Had no idea
was
that it
like-
changed that quick. Yeah.
What can you do?
How old is he now?
He's 4.
Wow. He's growing
Yes.
fast, isn't he?
He is. He ran away the other day.
He what?
Ran away.
Oh, did he? Where'd he go?
He went down to his
Backyard?
Nana and Poppy's.
Oh, okay.
He jumped in. He told me he's going to color on the back porch with his chalk. And I knew it was too quiet there for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I look out the back door. He's gone. The gate
course.
was open. Jeep had been driven. Power Wheels Jeep had been driven down to Nana and Poppy's. And he's down there
How
eating
far is
steak.
Mom and Poppy's? How far are they from you?
I'd say probably about 150 yards, 200 yards.
So he drove down there.
Yeah.
Go down to get a goodie?
He went and was eating steak.
Steak?
Yeah.
That boy knows how
I
to.
guess he knew they were grilling. I don't know, but he was
Maybe
eating
smelled
steak
it.
and corn on the cob. I said, well, when you finish your steak, drive back up to the house.
Come on back.
4 going on 16.
Listen, they go so fast. It's amazing.
I know. But I had a story. I told you earlier that it wasn't a very good one.
No, but this is bizarre and fascinating to me.
Yes. So an Alabama teacher had been threatening to kill an elementary student's family if the child revealed the crimes that the teacher was doing.
All right, so this teacher's doing something not good.
Yes.
And she then says, you tell,
It was a he.
the teacher's a he?
Yes.
Okay, so he says, was the student a he or she?
It didn't say. It just said that the student was less than 12 years old.
11 or younger, who knows?
Yeah.
So, is he molesting this child sexually? Is that what was going on?
Multiple sex crimes
Yeah.
involving the minor. And then he made the terrifying threats to the student that if the child told anyone about his actions, that he was going to kill his family. The
So he says,
entire
if you
family.
tell anyone what I'm doing to you,
Yeah.
I'm going to kill your whole family.
Yes.
Well, apparently they've caught this creep.
Apparently so. He was arrested last week on multiple counts of enticing a child for immoral purposes, 1 count of sexual abuse of a child less than 12 years old, and 1 count of interference with custody.
Interference with custody.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that
unless,
means.
like, he was
Some of these
not
legal
letting-
things don't make sense to me.
Reading that, which this could be totally not what it is. But reading that, I would think that he wasn't letting him go, or the child. I don't know if it's a he or her, but that the teacher might have been holding him back after the rest of the class was dismissed to go home.
I don't know. Yeah.
That sounds like what it may be. But the guy's name is Johnny Dunaway. He's 55, and he taught at Jerry Lee Fain Elementary in Dothan.
Dothan in Dothan.
Yeah.
Dothan. Wow.
So,
Well, I hope he goes to jail for a long, long time.
I hope he stays in jail too.
Yeah.
If he gets out, I hope that. Never mind. I probably shouldn't say that.
Well, yeah, because here's the deal. These creeps that mess with children,
Yeah.
I have zero tolerance for.
No.
You mess with a child. I mean, there are people can do things consenting adults that I may not approve of, but if you're consenting and you're an adult, that's your business. I
Yeah.
don't always like it. I don't want to know about it, whatever. But if it's consenting, that's got to be dealt with.
Yeah.
But a child, I just can't. If it had been a child in my family, if it had been my grandchild or my child, I'd probably go kill the guy. I mean,
That's what I was about to say.
yeah, I mean, I'd sure beat him to within an inch of his
Preschool
life.
teacher no more. If Deason came out of the school and told me that,
Yeah, you'd go take care of
yeah,
business.
I'd be taking care of business.
Yeah, I would too.
I couldn't. That.
I
I've
don't
nothing
condone
good to
that kind
say.
of. I don't condone vigilante justice, but emotionally, and I'll be honest with you, if I came upon the scene of an adult, male or female, sexually abusing a child that I didn't know either one of them,
Yeah.
I still might be taken to jail for killing somebody or at least beat them to a pulp, because I don't care who it is. I'm not going to stand by and watch a child be molested or abused in a bad way.
In any way.
Anyway. So I don't know. It's not good. It's one of those gut feelings that I don't know if I'm proud or ashamed of it. But to me, there's been some of these cases where a husband or a wife, or a mom or a dad, found out that somebody was molesting their child, and they went and either just beat them to a pulp or killed them or something.
Yeah.
I don't have much sympathy for the
don't
for
either.
the perpetrator. I mean, for the one that was doing the abusing. It's kind of like pioneer justice or something.
Yeah.
Eye for an eye. Well, worse than eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, once you've done something to a child like that, you can't undo it. You can't
No.
unring that bell.
You really can't.
They're going to carry that for the rest of their lives, even with lots of counseling and whatever, and you can try to help them get over it, the trauma. It's there.
Yeah.
It never. You can't erase it. You can only deal with it.
That's
hopefully.
right.
And some people still can't deal with it. I read a book. There was a young man that was trying to be a country singer. His name was Jimmy Allen. He had one hit, and he was horribly abused as a child.
Oh.
His mother was basically a prostitute
Oh gosh.
and a single mother with him, and she was an active working prostitute. So he spent most of his childhood, strange men around the house every day. She watched a boyfriend beat him up. She had to go to prison for murdering a guy. I mean, his upbringing is a horror story that almost seems too bad to be real.
Yeah.
But it is. Now, he didn't have any more hits. He still sings but he does a lot of motivational speaking now. His name's Jimmy Allen, and my wife's reading his book now. And when you see what he endured and still was able to come out of it on the other side, he's scarred horribly, but he's a decent, wonderful Christian human being now.
Yeah.
He's one of the lucky ones.
What was his hit?
I can't
know?
remember. No, it's 20 years ago.
Let's see. That's what I'm
Jimmy
trying to
Allen.
look at.
Look it up. You might type in country singer Jimmy Allen.
Is this him?
Let me see. No, he's a white guy. This is a black guy. Oh, it's not Jimmy. That is Jimmy Allen. Mary's
Is it
probably
Gary?
no, Allen. Oh my God, I can't believe I can't. Jimmy Allen and I are friends, by the way. That's why. I got a picture of me kissing him on the cheek and him kissing me on the cheek, which is really weird. Jimmy
Let's see.
Wayne. Jimmy Wayne. Wayne. Jimmy Wayne. I'm so sorry.
Let's see here. His song was Stay Gone.
Yeah, Stay
And
Gone.
I Love You This Much.
Yeah, and I love you this much. And his mother, he couldn't forgive her for so many years, and he did this thing where he walked from the East Coast to the West Coast by himself, just walked the entire country talking about fighting child abuse,
Yeah.
and he was really more known for that when he had his first hit.
Huh.
He's a good singer, but he wasn't, he didn't make it as a big country singer. But he's a great guy, Jimmy Wayne. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that he was able to overcome that and use it for good. Hopefully,
He
this
finally
child will be
forgave his
able
mother
to.
too. He
That's hard.
it was hard, and I think she almost went to her grave, but he finally found it in his heart because he realized with all his counseling and stuff that he was getting and trying to find the way, and with his newfound faith, he realized that hating her was poisoning him, wasn't doing a thing to her. She could care less.
Yeah.
If he hated, she just that kind of woman that had no feeling or anything.
That's what I've talked to. I have someone that I know that they went through something like that when they were young, and their mom allowed that to happen to them. And now they hold so much like hate just towards people, and they don't really trust people. And I'm like, you've got to let that go because
It's poisoning them.
And I know it's easy for me to say I've never been through that, but like,
No.
she don't care. The people that did that to you, they don't care at
No,
all.
no.
And you don't have to let it go to forgive them, but just so that way you can enjoy your life
That's
and move past it.
You're
you know?
that kind of hatred is only hurting you. It's poisoning your soul and your heart.
That's right.
And your attitude.
And it weighs on you so much.
He's done a great. So if you ever want to read a really inspiring book, I've forgotten the name of it now. Mary is probably screaming it if she's watching this because she loves. But it's Jimmy Wayne. And
Let's see. It says he co-wrote a novel called Paper Angels, but that's about a Christmas story.
Yeah, that's not it.
An autobiography called Meet Me Halfway.
I think that's it. Yep. Meet Me Halfway. That's it.
Oh, he's written some children's books
Yeah,
too.
he has. He's a really neat guy. He lives up in Tennessee, near Nashville somewhere. And when I was going up to Fayetteville, Tennessee to work at this little radio station to help them, I was helping coach their morning show. A lady there in town was one of his best friends, and she'd mentioned that she had met me at the up there, and he remembered me interviewing him because I got to interview him when I was at the CMAs one year when he was just getting started, and we were about the only radio station that took time to let him tell a little bit of his story. Because I always found like, to me, you can always ask them, what's their next song? What's the song about? What inspired, what da-da-da. And then everybody's asking him that question from radio station. And I want to know more about him. I said, what inspired you? And he mentioned that he had a bad childhood. So I said, well, can you talk about it? And he did. And that's always more fascinating when you learn some of the roots about the human being, the artist, than about just the song that they sing.
Yeah.
And
it gives people a way to connect with them too.
It did. And he was worth it. So
Yeah.
I'd like to, Mary and I are going to go and meet him pretty soon. She's just now finishing his book, and now she's all fired up for me to take her up there to meet him. So we're going to go up. I may, if he ever comes down this way, I'd love to get him on this show and talk about his experience because it's riveting.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. And
would be
for
neat.
all the people that are watching or listening to us, if you're having those kind of problems or you're still dealing with, like your friend is, with past problems that they can't let go, hearing about people who've been through the same kind of horror and the same kind of hardship and the same kind of heartache and how they were able to let it go and live a happy, wonderful, unencumbered life can help realize you can do it too.
Yeah.
So I'd love to have him on.
Because I'm sure it does feel very isolating, but then
Because you think you're the only one that knows what you're going through.
Yeah.
And
but
so many people.
So many. More than you even
more than you
realize.
want to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I found out when I was in college, I went to Marion Institute for a couple of years, and across the road was Judson College. All women, all
Yeah.
girls. And I was in theater there, so I was with the women a lot more than most of the cadets were, because I was in theater there, and I was, it was great because when they put on a play, if they needed 5 men to play a part and only one shows up for audition, you're going to get a part, whether you can act or not.
Yeah.
So I showed up and I got to be in all these plays and stuff. I loved it. But I got to hang with the girls, and in a very, we were all working together on these plays, so it was very platonic, but it was like a brother-sisterhood thing. We became very close because we were working tightly, but we weren't doing it. It was platonic. We were friends. Nobody was hitting on anybody or
Yeah.
anything. And one night after rehearsal, we were all sitting around this outside. They had this cabin that had been built in the 1830s on the campus. They called the clubhouse. Beautiful. Of course, it ended up burning down at some point after I left. But anyway, we were sitting out on the steps one night before I had to go back to Marion, just talking after rehearsal. And there was probably 8 girls and me and another guy. And every one of those girls, we got to talking, every one of them had been abused at some point in time.
Oh,
and they were all under 22 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, these were all college girls. So they were 18 to 22. Every one of them had a story of some kind of abuse. They wouldn't go into explicit details, but a couple of them, obviously, it was pretty serious abuse. And I was so naive because, I grew up, me and my family, I have 3 sisters, and I don't think there was ever any abuse in our family that I know of. My sisters and I are very close. We just grew up Pollyanna. We just thought everything was hunky-dory and people were nice and nobody did that.
Yeah.
And then I'm sitting there and literally 100% of these 8 girls had all experienced something. And it's like, holy cow, it's a lot. And, they said, oh, if you knew how many other girls, in the dorm or whatever, we talk about it.
That's awful.
Yeah, it is. I was so naive. I had no clue.
Yeah.
Because I was very blessed with my upbringing. It was just really clean, and I had great parents.
Yeah.
And I did not realize until then how blessed and lucky I was.
I know. I think that's something that a lot of us take for granted when we do have that.
Yeah, I think you are too. Yeah, I mean, I think we all are. But anyway, so that's a bizarre story.
Yes.
I hope the guy goes to jail.
I hope he stays
hope he
in
doesn't
there.
never come out again.
That's right.
Or for 40. He's 55. You said.
Yes.
Now that's the other thing that just kills me. How long? How many other kids? I mean,
I know.
He's obviously been a teacher for a few years.
Yeah, because
if
it
not
doesn't
20.
say how long he taught there.
Right.
But I mean, surely
Or wherever he
this isn't his
taught. Has he been
first-
doing this since he was, as a teacher?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! And then at 55, taking advantage of somebody under the age of 12.
Yeah,
He needs to go away for the rest of his life.
he does. So
55 is
praying
probably
for
not
his-
that long.
I am praying for that student's family though,
Yeah.
and for that student. to
Yeah,
get
the
some-
student and the family and any other students he may have affected.
Yeah.
You just hope that they're okay. I mean, that's horrible. But I got to say this now on the backside of that story. We have some phenomenal teachers.
We do.
You hear these it's the old one bad apple thing.
Yeah.
It's like with policemen, doctors, firemen, first responders, teachers, people in general. Most people are good.
Yeah.
Most teachers, if not almost all of them, can be excellent. There are some that are not the best teachers, and then there are some that are kind of heinous, or really bad, or they're out for all the wrong reasons to be a teacher, and if they mess with children. The weird dichotomy is this: have you noticed that when a teacher is caught sexually messing with a student, at least in years past, if it was a man molesting young boys or girls, everyone said kill him, just put him away forever, be done with it. If it was a woman who was having sex with a young boy, most people went, all right, hey, good.
Yeah, being weird about it.
Yeah, they were like, hey, that kid's,
Yeah.
lucky guy, whatever. I mean, it's weird how it's the whole dichotomy about male versus female and the sexual thing. You know, a woman sleeps with a bunch of guys, she's, you know, a slut or, whatever.
Yeah.
She's bad. A guy that slept with a lot of women is a playboy, is a man's man.
Yeah.
It really makes no sense. I mean, it's not
Doesn't make any sense.
because I look at it this way. I've got a daughter, and no, I can't look at it that same way.
I know.
Thank God my daughter never went to the polls. She never danced and never went to the polls.
You're saying she doesn't have her voting registration?
She what? Doesn't have what? What'd you
A
say?
voting registration?
Yeah, she can. The woman can vote. Voting. You are sick.
We're gonna take a quick break and thank you.
Taylor.
Thank our sponsors when we get back. But let's hear a word from them first. It's 7:32. It's warming up out there. It's up to 69 now. So
She can own a pistol too.
We'll be right back. You're tuning in to Morning Mayhem with Dollar Bill and Taylor.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
There's a pride that comes from employing over 6,000 people in America. Welding, fabricating, assembling, with local and global parts. Delivering a machine just right for you. Japanese engineering meets American ingenuity that builds on our 50-year legacy of quality, reliability, and durability that makes us the #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. These aren't just machines. This is a way of life, and that's why Kubota is investing hundreds of millions right here at home. Because we won't settle on what was good enough yesterday. We're innovating with inspiration from the hard-working men and women that proudly sit on our equipment every day. So you can be sure that every one of us have you in mind when a machine or implement comes down that line. We know how hard you work. We'll do the same. This is Kubota.
Looking for the perfect way to unwind, compete, and have fun with friends or family? Then Putter Up Pelham is your next destination. Whether you're a mini golf pro or just out for a good time, Putter Up offers a one-of-a-kind indoor putting experience with custom effects lighting, sounds, and robotics at each hole, plus automated scoring and a virtual caddy to guide your game. And our ADA-compliant courses include special putters for individuals using wheelchairs or walkers, so everyone can join the fun from ages 4 to 100. Rain or shine, day or night, it's always game time at Putter Up. Come for the fun, stay for the challenge. Swing by Putter Up, where every stroke counts. Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
We are back, and not a minute too soon. It's 7:42. It's 18 minutes away from 8 o'clock. We're having a great time this morning. It's Taylor and Dollar Bill.
And we've got a floater joining us.
Yeah.
Over here.
Just showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just kind of popped up out of that peach basket.
She's wearing our background in
I'm
our
loving it.
Kava Tractor
Yeah.
studio. This is a green screen background. See, so if you wear green, you become part of the background, and
I'm peaches.
Here we
now
are.
she's got peaches.
That's
I like
right.
You
it.
are a peach. You
You
brought
have-
us all kinds
you
of
have
good
beautiful
stuff
peaches.
today.
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Normally you don't get to say that and it be okay.
Right.
Let me tell you, Kim, we sure appreciate you coming in this morning. Not only because we love seeing you. I'm lying. We're happy to see you, but we're so excited because you brought all these amazing, and these are all homemade goodies.
They are.
This is astounding. This is beautiful. All right, I got to ask you what all this is, because, all right, those look like oyster crackers. What are those?
So they're oyster crackers. They're called ranch oyster crackers. So these are my favorite. This is and I'm gonna be honest with you. So when I started cooking, Mom and I were standing there, and I opened up the cabinet, and I had like 5 bags of Heath bits. I'm like, Mom, what in the world were we gonna cook with these?
All these Heath bits.
She's like, I don't know. So I just started looking up recipes. This is gonna be like a Heath bit bar. I really don't know what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
But my grandson said it was good.
Where's our knife?
That's good. Here
Yeah,
it is.
We're
There
going
it
to
is.
find out.
We're gonna try it.
Cut us a piece. I love this. This is the fun part of being in radio. Oh, thank you. Baby's seen me eat before, so
Look, now you know we got to share that one paper towel, or he's gonna take it out of our check.
Oh,
well, here's the deal.
I understand.
At least it's this size of a paper
Right.
towel and not the toilet paper mega
Right.
roll.
That you gotta count. And does Baden make you count?
Yeah, we can't get more
Yeah.
than four pieces at a time.
Right. I
Ooh, I'm
understand.
gonna try
I know.
this.
All right, Baden, you want a piece?
You're gonna have to throw it though. He ain't gonna come on camera.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, that
There
is
you
so.
go. Is that good?
That
I haven't
is
tried
really
it.
good, Tim. That is wonderful.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it is good.
It's gonna have to be vacuumed in here.
So, I have to make those again. I have to buy more.
You will. You get some more of those.
That's
Heath-
good.
These are delicious.
And it's very easy, so.
You know, I never bought.
That's good.
I've never bought. I love Heath bar candy bars, but I never buy the bits.
Well,
I never think about it.
Mom and I had to have had something in mind when we bought them. But I don't know what happened afterwards, but it didn't get done.
Well, your son's
Well,
right. This is
so-
excellent.
It turned into a
It's
happy
like a
accident.
blonde.
Yes, it
It's a
did.
blonde brownie with Heath bits in it. but
That is basically what it tastes like, isn't it?
it's
It
good.
is.
Yeah.
I want to try these.
Okay. Like I said,
If
these
that's
are
your
my
favorite,
favorite.
that's
It
why
is
I
my
want to try.
favorite.
Because you told me your son loves
Well, my-
these.
Yes.
Was it your son? Who?
Well, my son and daughter,
They
granddaughter.
both
Uh-huh.
kids, they love these pretzels, and they look like
Yeah.
just a regular pretzel, but they're soft instead of crispy. You
Yeah.
don't like them that much.
I don't love them that much.
I do.
I know they are good.
But to be honest with you, I'm not going to be able to duplicate it because I just kind of added different things in it. So
Aw.
I wouldn't be able to
You know,
duplicate
I
if
like
wanted
that
to.
though. I used to make
Yeah.
the Chex Mix stuff.
That's what this is.
Yeah, and I never change it. I mean, I change it
Yeah.
every time. It's never the same
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
That's the Chex Mix.
I want to try her favorite.
This is the one that you start eating and you don't stop.
Oh, those are good.
Oh,
water?
Look,
yes,
he's giving us water.
Oh my goodness.
Look at there. Aren't you glad I stopped by? You've
I'm
got
so-
a paper towel and a water.
I'm telling you. Out of Baden.
Baden he's got excited this
We
morning.
telling you.
bundled him. We got a bundle.
Right.
We got paper towels and a water.
Exactly.
This is also
Exactly.
delicious. Thank you so much.
All right, wait a minute.
Absolutely.
We ain't gone through everything yet. All right. What are these?
Okay, so that's peanut butter cookies.
I don't want to mess it up.
Peanut butter cookies with Heath bar or Reese cup topping, and then brownies on the top and chocolate chip or peanut butter on the bottom.
I can't imagine how
So-
good that is. The brownie on top and either one of those on the bottom.
I know. I've never had a brownie like that
No,
before.
me neither. Do you basically put the batter in the bottom and cook it a little, or
No.
do you just
You
raw batter?
Put
and
the
then
raw batter and then the
raw
brownie.
on top?
I found another real good recipe, but I ended up with kidney stone.
Oh,
so I
no.
didn't get to. I
You
didn't get to.
ended up what?
With a kidney stone, so I
Oh
haven't.
no! Did you have to go through that?
Well, I'm not through yet.
Oh,
We're
man.
still waiting.
You
We're
had
still
to
waiting.
do the liptotriptor thing, have you?
Oh, I have in the past.
Oh,
Oh,
that's all right. Now, this has really got me excited.
that's the crock pot candy. That's what my mom's famous for.
Crock pot. Now, tell me what that means.
So
I know what a
literally,
crock pot is. How do you make candy in a crock pot? All I ever make is stew or soup.
Right.
Or,
So you literally put everything, you put the peanuts, the chocolates, everything that you put in there. And then you let it sit for a couple of hours. Then you stir it, and then you let it sit. Then you stir it and let it sit. But it has to be especially with my mom, it has to be the exact consistency.
Oh, yeah.
And because I was making them the other day, and she's like, "You're making them too big." I said, "Okay, Mama."
don't you love that when mamas,
Oh, yep.
they're perfectionists, and you're not doing it exactly like they
My
do it?
mom is a perfectionist. I'm very, very fortunate. She lives with us, and so I get her perfection. Because that was one thing I was scared of when she moved in with me. Because I'm like, I'm not like her.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not like her. So I mean, as far as
Does that cause any friction?
no, it hasn't.
Oh, really?
It really hasn't. But that was one thing that I was worried about. But needless to say, I'm very fortunate to be able to have her
With you.
on a daily basis. Oh, absolutely.
What I wouldn't give
Absolutely.
to have 15 minutes with my mom again.
Right.
You know, my mom passed away years ago, and you know, I'd give everything I own if I could just have 10 minutes with her.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, whatever.
Well, when my dad was diagnosed with cancer, they gave him 3 months, and I worked
Oh.
at a job that I absolutely loved. It was with a CPA firm, and been there 12 years. I mean, great Christian people. The owner
Great
was
job.
just
Wonderful
wonderful.
life with 'em.
So I would have probably been there forever. And then he was diagnosed, and I just said, "Look, I don't know
I
how
gotta
much
go."
time we have. I got to go.
Yeah.
I've got to go." And so he did. He lived, 3 months. I always tell people, when you go to the doctor and they tell you, you hear all the time, they gave us 6 months to live, and 2 years later,
He's
you're
still
still
around.
living. And that's what I was expecting with him. I said,
But they were right this time.
They
huh?
were right.
Yeah.
We even went out to MD Anderson. We should have probably gone out to MD Anderson at the beginning.
Yeah.
We had great doctors.
What kind of cancer did he have?
He had lung cancer.
Oh, yeah. That's a tough one.
He had lung cancer. That's why you do not smoke. He had quit smoking, I think, for 20 years.
Yeah.
20 years.
That happened to my aunt, too. She quit smoking so she could get life insurance. The month she quit smoking, found out she had cancer.
Really?
Really?
Yes.
Well, it was 20 years, but Daddy would say, "Hey, I did it.
Yeah.
I did it. I can't blame anybody but myself." So, but yeah, that was,
But you know, the sad part is your dad came up in a time when they didn't know how
no,
bad it was.
absolutely not. Well, that's just, everybody did it.
Everybody smoking. My mother told me that at one point in time when she was pregnant, she was having, as a lot of women do, I don't know if it was morning sickness, but it was stomach problems.
Right.
The doctor told her to smoke.
Oh, my goodness.
Really?
He said that'll help your digestion.
Huh.
This is back in
Really?
the 40s, yeah, or early 50s.
Yeah, you wouldn't have to worry about hearing that nowadays.
No,
No.
no. And the idea that there's telling you to smoke more while you're pregnant.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't have to worry about a doctor telling you that
Yeah.
nowadays.
I wish
For
they
sure.
could figure something out, though. I was so sick when I was pregnant with Deason. I lost like 50 pounds. My
Oh,
doctor
really?
was like, just part of being pregnant. I was like, oh, thanks.
Yeah. Well, I was pregnant 3 times, had never sick.
Really?
Wonderful pregnancies. Oh,
Really,
yeah.
you were lucky.
Yes.
I was very lucky.
Yeah.
I was very lucky. So, yeah.
Well, I never got sick during pregnancy.
You
either.
didn't?
Nah.
Well, good.
I'm
You're
so
lucky,
glad.
too. My
Yeah.
gosh.
I'm
You're
very blessed.
fortunate. Absolutely. You are so fortunate.
So you're not a bakery.
No.
Tell the listeners where they can find you, how they can get these treats. Can they get them if they come visit you? Is that an incentive you have going on,
Well,
or?
I can. If I know you're coming, I absolutely can bake some. But my business is Bama Benefits, and I specialize in Medicare and also help with ACA Marketplace. So there's a lot of things that, especially in our rural area, that people do not understand that they qualify for.
Yeah.
And so I have had 2 different occasions that I had been called out and said, "Hey, I need you to help my husband decide on Medicare." So when I got there, I was talking, and on my little sheet, I always ask the spouse's name and date of birth. So when I was talking, I said, so it was, her birthday was the month before. She turned 65 the month before. And I said, "So are you already signed up for Medicare? Are you already, do you already have your plan and everything?" She said, I can't get it." And I said, "Why?" She said, well, I was a stay-at-home mom.
No.
Oh,
And
she
you
thought
have
because she
no
didn't
idea.
work, she couldn't get.
Right.
Huh.
Right. And I said, but now the deal is you have to be married to someone for 10 years.
Right. Oh,
But
is that
I'm
what
like,
it is?
I'm like, I thought you were, hadn't y'all been married a long time? She said 35 years. I said, well, you can. And she didn't even know that she could also get, it was a small, but she was able to get some
Get a
Social
payment.
Security.
Sure,
wow.
yeah, on your spouse.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of times
Absolutely.
it's half of what they're being paid.
Right. So people don't know. I had another lady come in and she said she couldn't get it. And I said, well, how long have you been married? She said, well, I'm divorced. I said, well, how long were you married? I think it was 12 years. I'm like, you can get Medicare. And this is a lady that needed it. She had so many health issues. And she had ACA insurance. But we all know ACA insurance, especially if there's a lot going on.
Oh, there's not near enough
There's not
coverage.
enough coverage for
Yeah.
people, especially in a rural area. So, yeah, so that's what's great, being able to help people. And I love that challenge. I want to be able to help people. And there's no cost.
That's
See, there's
Yeah.
there's
I
no
gotta
cost.
tell you, as I'm 73, when I hit 65, I was still working, of course, full time and had full insurance coverage.
Right.
So I just didn't worry about like Medicare or
Right.
anything or insurance, and I didn't want to take I didn't start taking my Social Security till they mandatorily
Right.
made me take it at
Right.
70. So I started at 70, which was stupid. I should have started at 63, but I didn't. And then I had to go on Medicare when I retired, right? It was a nightmare of me trying to figure out what to do. And so
Yeah.
for people that are just in the dark, they need to call you, because I found somebody to help me back then. I needed it. I was so lost, and I don't consider myself to be just well, I am kind of dumb, but
Yeah, no.
that overwhelmed me. And my wife and I both were like floundering, trying to keep our heads above water, figuring out what to do about. We didn't know what part A, B,
Right.
D, whatever the parts were. We knew.
Right.
We knew you got certain things with Medicare, but the part you have to pay for, the supplemental for the prescription, we had no idea. We needed help, and there's a lot of people, like you said, I think, Kim, that are out there that have lots more coverage or benefits that they have no idea they earned. They paid, they
Right.
worked, they paid for it, whatever.
That's
Yeah.
They need to get it. It's not
Yeah.
charity, and it's not you.
Right.
I never was unemployed hardly at all for 50 years. I worked 50 years, 73. Well, I worked before that, part-time jobs. But I mean, I was fully employed from 73 to 26 or 25 or whatever.
Right.
Or to 23, I guess. Anyway, I paid, they took that out of my paycheck every month or every 2 weeks
Yeah.
for 50 years. And I'm not going to live long enough to get that money back anyway.
Right. Absolutely.
So I don't feel bad with Medicare and that stuff, because I feel like that wasn't charity. It's not, I paid for
Yeah,
that.
absolutely. You pay for that. So a lot of people don't realize what they need to do. Even, I'm going to say, when you're 63, even if you're not thinking about retiring yet, or, if you don't have, hey, I'm going to work till I'm 65, 67, you should absolutely have already set up an SSA.gov account.
Really?
Absolutely. And I can help you do that, because it's something that is for older people. It is so difficult. You would
Yeah.
think that this is so easy. And a lot of times people make appointments thinking they have to go to Selma to the Social Security office,
Yeah.
to where you can do it on the SSA.gov account, and you don't have to make that trip to Selma. It's just a couple of buttons, but you should always look at your retirement, because so many times at, let's just say 65, there's not much difference. Even if you plan to work to 66, 67, you may want to go ahead and draw in your Social Security.
I've talked to a
Just
lot of folks.
making other decisions with that.
And they've said that a lot of depending on your health and your age and your condition, all that stuff, but most people will tell you, a lot of people want to wait later to start taking their Social Security, because you get a little more, right?
Right.
Every year you put it off, they add a little money to it. But the thing is, if you wait till you're, like I did, till you're 70, even if I live a long, much longer life,
Right.
you'll never make up the difference for when
No.
if you just started getting it at 63 and a half or 65,
Right.
64.
Right.
You end up getting more money because you live, it's a longer time you're going to be paid for the time you could live.
Yeah,
Average.
and so on the SSA.gov, when you go in, I can say, okay, let's say when she turns 65, and then I'll do 65 and a half, 66, 65, 66 and a half. And so you see the difference in the money, and that helps you decide
What to do?
what to do. And of course, if you're still working, what you make goes into play. But yeah, I mean the SSA.gov account, like I said,
know what?
it's not very easy.
Yeah, I know.
I
I had
did
to-
everything that I needed to do thanks to someone like you that helped me. I thought I was going to have to get in the car and drive to downtown Birmingham or somewhere to see the SSA and a person at the SSA. And I did everything with phone calls and online, and it was really a piece of cake. And what I was surprised at, because we talk about the government and, you know, everybody I talked to from Social Security couldn't have been nicer. They really, worked their butts off to try to explain things to me, and I never had one negative experience with Social Security people.
When I am going to tell you this, which, like I said, I was with an accounting firm, so I had to deal with the IRS a good bit, and I'm bad about. So there are some rude people in everything you do,
Right?
everything you deal with, and within about a minute if they want to help you or if they're there and they don't care.
Right, exactly.
And when people tell me stories like that, I say, just hang up.
Yeah.
We were talking
When
about that
someone
earlier.
is being rude,
Just hang up.
just hang
It's
up.
gonna be
because-
worth it to wait again.
And too, and also always call like at 9 o'clock because that's when they open. You won't have to wait so long.
Right. And they're fresh
to
and
do that.
Yeah.
hopefully they're in a good mood before you get them at
Right.
4 in the afternoon and they've been hammered all day.
But I'm going to say this: our Selma office, I've gone down there with a couple of clients to help them, and and even on the phone, they have been great.
Really good.
Oh yeah, they've been great.
No.
But the one thing people also don't understand is every single year, you need to look at your plans. So like, I'm independent, so I'm contracted with the different insurance companies. So
You don't have any one that you are going to
no, I don't have just one.
beholden to in a sense.
Right. I'm contracted with all but one, and I have a lady but I can still see their plans. Okay, so in our system, so you come in, I put in everything from pharmacy to medications, and I can even tell you how much you're going to pay for the rest of the year on your medication, or how much you'll pay for the year, and also if it's cheaper at this pharmacy, that pharmacy,
Oh,
or
that's
mail-in.
great. So
wow.
you are a fiduciary in that sense, right?
Right.
You're there just to help the client
That's
get
right.
the best deal for their situation.
That's right.
Well, that's
But,
the way to go.
But another thing is, people don't understand, and I have really learned, we have a lot in this rural area. If you make below a certain income, there are programs out there that can help you, like your Part B comes directly out of your Social Security. So there's programs out there that, if you meet the requirements, can help you with that.
Really?
And, to some people, $200 may not make a difference, but there's people that it makes a huge difference.
It can mean the difference between food on the table or
Absolutely.
electricity that month or
Absolutely.
whatever.
I mean, I
You're
meet
right.
people walking, they don't have vehicles.
Oh my
Right.
goodness.
And I mean, I have one lady that, this is so sad, but every single month, she will go to different businesses or go to different individuals to work, not to ask for money. She doesn't go and say, hey, I'm short
need
on my
some
rent.
money.
Yeah.
But she will work. And these people, if she doesn't have the rent, even if she has partial, they kick her out.
Oh,
And then in a
gosh.
couple of days, if she has it. But if I can get her, I'm working with her and trying to do some stuff. But if we can get her on that plan, she wouldn't have to do that every month.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is a lady that is not in great health. She's not in great health, but she is walking
My goodness.
What a struggle.
different places
Just to make enough money to
just
try
to
to
make
pay
enough
the
money
rent.
God love her.
to pay the rent. So there's so much out there, like I said.
Well, tell our listeners,
offer.
where can they find you at? So if they want to come and
Yeah,
see what
'cause-
they have available.
People watching and hearing this might be saying, I need to talk to her.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and because every single year, what I was saying a second ago, your plan changes. Mm-hmm. All plans changes, and a lot of times people think, okay, they've got to
Stick with it for the
stick
rest of their
this
life.
for the rest of their life, but they really don't. I can show you the different options that you have. But I am right downtown, 619 Second Avenue North. I am right beside Suits Me.
Suits me. I
And
know
I'm between
exactly.
Soosby and Mulberry Hill.
Okay, good.
And so I always tell people I'm not there all the time because I do go to people's homes a good bit. You know, there's several people that aren't able to get out. Or if
Yeah.
it's easier for them, you know, I'll go to their homes. So if you'll just give me a call and I will either come to you, you can come to me, but I'll make it happen.
What's your number?
205-417-4197.
One more time?
205-417-4197.
Very good. I can't tell you how much we appreciate the info,
Yeah.
which is so important, especially for folks when you start getting up into those 60s. Just something you need to think
Right.
about in retirement age. But for the goodies,
I know.
Crock
Very
pot,
delicious.
Well, I'm glad.
This is-
I came here because see, I
this
wouldn't
is
have had a
crack.
bite of this.
Oh my goodness.
this is so good.
I'm dropping it all over the place.
Well, next time we'll make plans so I won't wear green. See, I didn't know if I brought
don't
you
know.
goodies, I get to get on the air.
Yeah.
I like to,
see?
you know, always, yeah, but I like
I
your
mean-
peaches.
Yeah, I do too. I'm thinking this is a good look.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think so too.
I may get me a board or something that I can walk around
There you go.
and look just like this.
Yeah, just a green.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
or
it's
green
really in
all
your
the time. and
colorway.
Right.
have a
And
camera.
have my peaches.
You can have your peaches and eat them too.
That's right.
If that's
Absolutely.
what y'all want to do, have at it. But it's 8:04, so it's getting time for us to close out. Y'all stay dry today, stay cool. It's going to be a hot, wet one out there. And it's the weekend, so we will see y'all Monday.
Yeah, have a good weekend. Be safe.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kim.
Thank you, and thank y'all for tuning in to Morning Mayhem. We'll see y'all Monday. Bye.
Bye.